Alright, welcome to another video on device tutorial Fortnite creative. So I'm basically going to give you guys a recap on the last video, which is this thing right here, item granter. So if you want to know what item granter is, you got to check the last video on it. I gave a full detail on how it works, but let's go over to our two devices that we already mentioned. Quick recap. So player spawner, you can use this to control where you want the players who are playing on your map to spawn. Alright, so for this you're gonna have to watch the video to get the full details on. Item granter, this device here grants you any item that you put inside of it. You can have it has a timer on it. You can set it for the timer. You can make something trigger it for the item to go in. Just go and watch the video on my channel and you will see what I'm talking about. So I can't explain every single thing in one video, but this is what we're going to talk about right here. This is called a trigger. You can use it as a switch, but we're not going to talk about that. This can use as a a extension, but we're not going to talk about that. We're just going to go over the basic stuff, and that's basically it. Alright, so what we're going to do right now, we're going to go into the settings, and alright, I'm going to give my two great assistants right here permission so they know exactly what I'm doing. Alright, you guys can press box and look into the settings. So let's go into the big ass settings. We have activating team, allowed class, trigger by player, trigger by damage, trigger by item, trigger by vehicle, trigger by creature, trigger by sequencer, trigger by water. Sorry. My bad. Sorry. Active on game phase, trigger time can trigger, transmit every X trigger, delay, reset delay, trigger sound, trigger visual effect, visible on game, receive damage while invisible, enable on game start. Alright, so we're going to quickly go through this without any further ado. Alright, so before anything else, let me attach the item granter. This device is attached to this device, so if you don't know what this is, go watch the video. Alright, so the first thing we're going to test is activating team, activating class. Alright, I'm going to put it on team 1. So this is self-explanatory, meaning depends on the team you are, it only works for that team. Class, allowed class, we're not going to go into that because there's a special device to create a class for a specific player or a team. So we're going to go into trigger by player. Alright, so there, I gave you controls. I want you to put your favorite items inside this device. Just drop it over it. So go into your go into your not your inventory. Go into creativity. Go into creative and go into weapon or consumables, and just drop it over this device.
Okay, I'm looking there too, just in case. So, how do we access it again? Oh, my controller.
Let me know when they're done.
Wait. I think it's up on the D-pad. I don't really see it. I'll activate. Well, activate this, right? Just put clear and.
No, don't activate anything. Don't go into box. Go in, press up, go into creative, and go into weapons. Press L2 or R2. Go into weapons or consumables. Put this stuff inside your inventory and drop it. You're basically doing this. Alright, so I'm gonna pick this. I'm gonna pick
L1 or R1 at the top.
You're basically doing this. Yeah, so that's how I get all the weapons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, there we go.
Alright, so I'm gonna take up these. So all of your favorite stuff you see right there, just put it right there. I'm just gonna show what the trigger this item does. This device, I mean, does.
What I picked for mine last time was the Havoc shotgun and the slab.
Oh, my bad.
So where am I supposed to put this at now?
Alright, so we're gonna have to pick those up and drop it in here. Drop it in here.
How you drop them in? So,
Drop the weapon.
Oh, okay,
regular.
Oh, yo.
I think it should be triangle, if I'm not mistaken. Like you have to.
Yeah, just go back into your inventory. Press up. Go over to play. There you go.
I'll just drop it in there. Wow, get out of here.
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm literally like, okay, there we go.
Alright, so what Dia had, my homie just did is insert all his favorites inside the item granter. So, when the game starts, what the trigger device is going to do, it's going to offer the device to any player who touch it. So, Dia, I want you to go over here and step on this device. Do you get your weapons?
Yes.
Yeah. So keep in mind, you know when you talk to a bot in the game, and you just get items pops in your. Yeah, that's the device. This is the device that gives you. Well, it's invisible anyway. That's the device that gives you the items. Yeah. So this trigger device is set on anytime a player touches it. It gives you the device. So even if I have all this device already, all the item already, I still. So check it out. I'm gonna drop everything over here. Fuck. I ended it. Alright, let's try that again.
No, take two.
No, it's not really take two. I'm just trying to show what it does. So even if you got all the items, you still can make more. Yeah, you still can make more. So here it is. I'm gonna drop everything over here. Yep. And there it is. See? So it is infinite. You literally can get a lot of items. So this is the trigger device. Literally trigger the item for you to get it. So this is what we were talking about in the video for today. Alright, so the next thing we're gonna do is go on a different settings and work the device. Let me copy one of these.
Oh yeah, so you can't be able to spawn in. But you gotta delete one.
I see they actually get a hang of flying. Alright, so
We got 4 of them? 1, 2, oh, just 3, okay.
so the next setting you want to try is trigger by damage. Trigger by damage. Alright. So Dia, I want you to go to the device. Did you get any weapon?
No.
And you're not, because this device is set to trigger by damage. So how are you going to damage your weapon?
Attack.
What you going to use? Trigger by damage.
Trigger by damage. Oh. Wow.
So
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you ever realize that when you go on a map and you have to hit a certain thing to get an item? Yeah. That's, and even if you shoot it, it works. So if you drop all your gun and keep one and you shoot it, it actually works. See? See?
Oh, okay.
Yes, if you drop all your weapons and actually shoot it one time, it works. So that's by damage.
Right.
So what I'm doing, I'm just gonna go over the simple, self-explanatory, what you call it, settings. All right, so we got a next setting that trigger by item. Trigger by item. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put this trigger by item. So when I say trigger by item, what entirely do I mean?
Hit the item box.
Yeah, pop it
Or
open.
it's inside the item box.
No, pop it open. Alright, can I get one? Grab it up. I'm gonna drop. Alright, there you go. Alright, come here, Trap. Take up that. Use the item and hit the trigger. There you go. It's not gonna work if you do this.
Wow. Yeah.
Not gonna work if you do this, and it's not gonna work by any player. You have to use the item. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So if you go over it and drop an item on it, it's going to, you know, operate. It's gonna be operational. So that's one of the settings for. That's one of the settings for the device. Yeah. So if I pick it up and I say, okay, let me see if I can see. I got all the device, all the items here as well. So that's one of the settings. So this is a trigger. This is what majority of the persons who makes map, this is what they use. This can also be used as an extension, just in case device is not reading the next device. You can use a trigger as an extension to make that device work. Meaning if you connect this to the bike and it's not working, you're gonna have to use this trigger, then go to the actual device you want to work. Trap, you remember when I was trying to get the phone to revive your teammate? And it didn't work? That's what I did. I used a device as a extension. Alright, so we're going down to a few more settings and we're done for this device. Alright, so next thing is we're going by vehicle, and that's self-explanatory, by vehicle. So when it said triggered by vehicle, anyone have any idea what it means?
Maybe run over it.
Yep. Yep, so it only works if somebody hit it with a vehicle. Only work if somebody hit it with a vehicle. It's not gonna work if you... So Trap, give it a try. Come give it a try.
Oh, run it over. Okay.
There you go. So if Trap, let's say Trap want to create a map, right? And he puts some of these on the road where it activates a device to stop the enemy behind him or in front of him. That's how it is. So at the end of the day, it's all about how you use this device. So that's one of the settings, and people, you know, depends on what map you're doing. it's all about what you're going for, creating a map. There are some other settings that, you know. Alright, so we got trigger by creature. We're not gonna go into that because that requires a device, and the vehicle require a device. I'm gonna do all vehicles in Fortnite creative in one video, so don't worry about that. Trigger by water, all of those I'm gonna be doing in separate video. Alright, so times can be triggers, so this is very self-explanatory. Once it's on infinite, you can trigger it. It won't stop, you know, being operational. So if you put it on one time, it's going to trigger one time. Transit every X trigger, meaning that if you hit the device at the same amount as you set the X trigger, that's when it's going to operate. Delay means how long it's going to take after you hit it, so I don't need to explain this. Reset display, meaning that once the device is used, it's going to go. It's like a cooldown before the device can start again. Trigger sound, if you want these in the, if you're making a map and you're using these are self-explanatory. So receive damage while invisible, you can set it however you want, as long as you have that setting on where it takes damage. Enable at game start, meaning that this is active at game start. So when the game started, it's active and it's operational, meaning that you have to, you know, do it the normal settings, then it works. If it's disabled, you have to use a device to turn it on to make it operational, so the whole thing is actually working. So that's basically it for the device. If you got any question, make sure you put it in the comments. If you got any question about the map basically and how to use a specific device, you can also drop that in the comment. Don't forget to show some love to Dia and Trap. They got a Twitch and YouTube. Dia got a Twitch, so don't forget to follow and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, their links will be in the description of the video, so you're able to visit and check out their content as well. So I'm gonna see you guys later. Thank you for coming in on the video, the device tutorial. So the next device, I'm gonna let you know what the next device is once I finish editing the video. Thank you for coming in. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to show some love to everybody's in the video. Shout out to everybody.